Hey everybody, this is our Member of the Month highlight. We have with us Lauren Polson. Not only is she a Roux member, she is also a Stacked coaching client, or was.
Am.
Graduated, or
Nope, still am.
There, still am.
am.
I like it. You've been with Roux for 2 years?
A little over 2 years, yeah.
A little over 2 years, yeah, awesome. You are also a school counselor, right?
Yep. Full-time high school counselor.
High school counselor. Ooh, shit. We'll have to talk about that more.
Okay.
And you are also you also work at Lululemon.
Yes.
Okay. What do you love about working at Lululemon?
Lululemon is a very people-centered company. It's all about development and growth, and like when you actually work there, it kind of feels like you're selling yoga pants as like a side hustle to your own personal and professional development.
I like it.
Which is like the coolest thing.
I met Lindsay Byboth through Lululemon, and I felt like she always made me want to be a better person.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's absolutely like integral in the culture of that company.
I love it.
It's fantastic.
What do you love about being a school counselor?
This is going to be a controversial statement. I love working with high school kids. I absolutely love.
What's controversial about that?
I feel like a lot of times when I say that, I get people reacting and saying like, "Ugh, like why would you want to work with teenagers? Like teenagers are the worst." And I think that's so not true.
You're in their prime developmental years, as in they're like transitioning from being, under mommy and daddy's care to a like fledgling adult, right?
Yeah. And I find that personally, I have a lot more patience working with teenagers because when I work with adults, a lot of times I'll find myself thinking like, you should know better.
Yeah.
Like somebody should have taught you that by now. And I just don't have the patience for that at all. Patience is not my strong suit. But with teenagers, I'm like, ooh, you should know better, but I'm going to be the one to teach you better. Like,
right. You should know better, but you don't.
Yeah. So let's use this as like, I find it easier to like use those as learning opportunities with teenagers than with adults.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
What is the most bizarre, well, as much as you can tell me, because I'm sure you receive some bizarre questions, and you are a counselor, so some confidentiality there. But like, what are some weird questions you get asked as a counselor?
Oh man, I feel like I don't get too much super weird stuff.
Do you have to go over the birds and bees?
No.
I can't believe I just called it the birds and the bees.
No, I think that
I was
happens
trying
like
to be
way
like
younger.
above board with that.
No. Although that is one reason I work at a public school, and I like, especially with education in New Orleans, I was very torn when I became a school counselor of like what type of school I wanted to work at. And one of the main reasons why I was hesitant to work at a private school is because most private schools around here are Catholic.
Yeah.
And with counseling, I want to be a person who can be trusted and who can hold confidence of clients and students. And
you didn't want to breach any barriers. Or
right.
anything,
And I remember actually when I was in graduate school, I interviewed a high school counselor at a Catholic school, and I asked her, like, how do you handle that? Like, if a student discloses that they're wanting to be sexually active with their boyfriend or something. And she said, well, the boundaries of confidentiality are defined as a threat of harm to self or others. And in the Catholic Church, we define sexual activity before marriage as harm to self or others. And I was like, okay, nope.
That
okay,
sucks.
cool.
That sucks. So, how did you get into wanting to join Roux Fitness?
I first heard about Roux Fitness also through Lululemon because you were a store ambassador at Lakeside when I first started working
longer.
there.
All those pictures are somewhere in storage, collecting mothballs.
Yep. So that was how I first heard about Roux. And then Mel actually worked at Roux.
Yeah,
at
right.
Lululemon at the same time that I did.
Were you athletic before you started?
Yes. So I was a high school athlete. I played soccer my whole life.
Yeah. You still play soccer, right?
I do, yeah. I play in a couple of different adult leagues here in New Orleans.
Out by the airport or City Park?
Both, everywhere, all of it.
Yeah.
City Park, Green, Wheatley, Lafreniere.
All girls or co-ed?
Both.
I've been trying to get on, just for the record, I've been trying to get on the co-ed team forever. Shane and Renee don't call me, but if y'all ever need a player, holler at me.
Okay.
I will lace them up one more time.
Okay.
I'm not good offensively, but no one will score.
Okay. Have you played on a small field much, or do you mostly just play big
well,
field?
I've played small field.
Okay.
I used to play indoor.
Okay.
And I played out at that turf field uptown by Company Burger.
Oh, green. Yeah.
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 So how is your training now different from when you were a high school athlete?
It's significantly more strength focused. Like my memories of high school soccer are significantly cardio focused.
Right.
Like we used to have whole training sessions where we wouldn't even put our cleats on. We would just be on the track running and doing bleachers and stuff.
Do you
like
wish you would have did more strength training when you were in high school?
I kind of do. I kind of have this, like, I wonder what it would have been like if I had, because I am strong and I know that I have been strong. Like I was strong and like bigger than a lot of the other girls I played with. And I've always played center defense because I was strong and competitive. And
Did you tear your ACL?
No, I tore my meniscus, but that wasn't until after high school.
Okay.
Actually, I tore my meniscus right around the same time I actually joined Roux, because I joined Roux and then promptly had knee surgery.
Right.
And couldn't work out for 6 months.
I remember that.
No, so I think, yeah, I kind of wonder, like, how much better could I have been? And, like, you know, I talked about playing in college and had some conversations with coaches
Increase
and never
speed
really
and
wanted
power.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fast player at all. I could definitely use some speed training and strength.
I like it. So how has your journey been over the past 2 years at Roux? Like, talk to me a little bit about it. You know, what realizations have you come to?
The biggest thing that stands out for me when I think about my 2 years at Roux is that I pretty consistently did CrossFit workouts. You know, I built up to it. So I was doing, you know, maybe 2 classes a week and then 3 and then 4. Did like a solid year and a half of CrossFit and never lost any weight. Yeah. And like, you know, so I was always super athletic and super fit. And I used to always joke, like, whenever I stop playing soccer, I'm going to get really fat.
Yeah.
And then I went to graduate school and it happened. And I put on like 55 pounds and just never lost it. And I was like, well, you know, I'm being fairly active. So maybe this is just, you know, like they always talk about how your metabolism slows down or whatever. So I was like, maybe this is it.
It's actually probably your NEAT. Mm-hmm. Because even though you're active, you're not as active as when you play soccer. So most kids in college, what do? They sit around and lay around in their dorm all the time or their apartment. So their non-exercise activity thermogenesis goes way down.
Not neat.
Yeah.
They're not neat in college.
Not neat in college. So, so that led you to Stacked.
Yes. Yeah.
And how has that journey been?
It's been nothing short of a miracle.
Oh, that's nice.
Emily truly has Jedi mind tricks.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was sort of like resistant to the idea of nutrition coaching for a long time, just because I sort of felt like, well, I already know what I'm supposed to do and I'm just not willing to do it. Like, I'm not willing to give up alcohol. I'm not willing to give up carbs. I'm not willing to give up sugar. Like, I just, you know, I want to sort of balance the healthy lifestyle with like also enjoying life. Yeah. So I always just sort of thought like, you know what, I'm doing as much as I'm willing to. So this is it. I'm not like, I guess this is who I am now. This is what I look like now. Like, whatever. You know, I'm working out, I'm trying to eat sort of balanced, like whatever. And then when the pandemic hit, the biggest things that happened, one, Emily was doing the beta program for Stacked, so I got it at a little bit of a discount. Right. And then also the federal government stopped making me pay on my student loans. So I was like, oh, I've got a little bit of extra money now.
Solid.
Like, what can I do with that extra money? So those two things combined led me to give Stacked a shot. And the first week, I lost like 10 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah. That's and I was amazing. Like, I don't know what just happened.
Accountability. That's what happened.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's like everybody says that. Like, I know what I need to do. I'm just not doing it. Cool. Well, we will make you do it.
Yeah. I remember saying that to Renee, like right before I started Stacked. I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do nutrition coaching. Like, I already know what I'm supposed to do. Like, why do I need to pay somebody to tell me what I already know? And he was like, well, that's the whole point of the coach is like, they make you do it. You already know. Like, you're not learning new things. You're just doing what you're told.
What has been your favorite thing here?
At Roux or Stacked or all of it or?
All of it. I mean, I know Stacked has been life-changing for you, right? Yeah. But, okay, so let's just go with Roux.
Yeah. I would say, like, in general, just the community. Like, the level of support, the camaraderie. You know, so I regularly go to the 5:30 a.m. workouts, and everyone else outside of the 5:30 a.m. workouts thinks it's crazy to work out at 5:30 in the morning.
Your body just has to get used to it. I've done it before.
Yeah, it's just like the accountability is awesome, but it's accountability but without judgment or pressure, which is such a unique environment.
Yeah.
So
there is judgment. There is judgment of people that don't want to do the work.
yeah.
If you're in there working out, no one cares.
Yeah.
No one cares.
Yeah.
You're one of us putting it down, you know?
Yeah.
I love it. One thing that I always say about 5:30 a.m.ers is you will always get your workout in.
Yes.
Because nothing can derail 5:30 a.m.
Yes.
short of you turning off your alarm or snoozing it too long. But it's
Yeah.
not like, oh, afternoon meeting popped up or going to go have drinks
Yeah.
with friends.
Yeah. I was just listening to the Roux podcast episode about living life with intention. And I was like, that's 100%. Like, that's why I work out at 5:30 in the morning. I cannot work out in the afternoon now. I can't do it. I get tired. I make excuses. I talk myself out of it. People a lot of times will say like, oh, I couldn't work out at 5:30 in the morning because my brain doesn't work that early. And I'm like, that's the whole point.
Right.
I go before my brain can talk myself out of it.
My workout times change with the day. I have different workout times. So sometimes I'm working out at 8:30 or 2:30. Fridays, I like to work out at 8:30 and just cruise the rest of the day.
Yeah.
So, all right, Lauren, anything else to add or something you might want to tell someone who's thinking about trying stacked but a little bit nervous, or thinking about trying CrossFit and a little bit nervous?
For trying CrossFit, I would say you just have to find the right gym with the right coaches.
Yeah.
Because CrossFit in general, I think, does have kind of a bad reputation of, being too much and people are lifting too heavy and getting hurt and that kind of stuff.
The barrier of entry is a weekend certification and $3,000, and you can open up your own gym.
Yeah. So that's not the case at Roux. Like I always like to say, I've had coaches who will be like, I'm pretty sure you can lift heavier than that. And I'm like, I probably could, but I don't really feel like it today. And they're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like they're not telling me I need to go heavier, where everyone's kind of working together, but not pushing each other too intensely. So
Right.
I like that. So don't knock it till you try it and find the right coaches. And then with stacked, I would say, I guess also sort of just don't knock it till you try it. Like I did not like the idea of tracking macros. I didn't like the idea of having to put everything I eat into my FitnessPal every single day. And when Emily had me start doing that in August, I was like, this is not going to be sustainable. And here we are in the end of April and I'm still doing it.
Have you changed how you feel about doing it since you've been doing it so long?
It ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
I'm less hard on myself about it now. Like I think I have kind of realized where I can be a little bit more lax about it and where I need to actually make sure I'm weighing things.
It keeps me from mindlessly snacking.
Yes.
Which is nice. That's a good perk. The other thing it does is it allows me to eat more, which is always a good perk as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's something very unique and kind of empowering when people say like, oh, you look great. What are you doing? And you're like, eating
a ton of food.
Yeah, I don't know, eating a lot of food. Yeah. Watching what I eat and then eating it.
Every now and then I do a screencast of my FitnessPal journal.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just
full of 8 screenshots.
Full of entries. Yeah. So, all right, everybody.
Yeah.
Well, Lauren, we love having you. You're an outstanding member, and you always bring a smile and a level of fun to the workout. So appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Bye, y'all.